I traveled through the 7 levels of the candy cane forest, past the sea of swirly, twirly gumdrops. Then I walked through the Lincoln.
There once were these 3 brave young sprite men. They were a bunch of turkeys, if you ask me. They wandered into our village with the greatest stories. Here they are. It's gonna be great. Like and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Drunk Turkey Show. I'm Daniel. This is probably like the most malnourished werewolf I've ever seen. Who's ever seen Joe Biden at midnight?
And Blue, you still got that rash or what?
Sounds like I'm buying a large town, bro. Like $15. If it's 3 people, you know, kind of town.
No sausage here. It's Hyman.
It was that age where, like, you have responsibilities, but not as much, and you can have a lot of fun too. So then again, she also looks like that girl from that movie Chappie. I can volunteer another time. Those anal glands can wait.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Drunk Turkey Show. Happy Merry Christmas. I hope everybody had a safe one. Hyman, how's it going, my man? Merry Christmas to you as well.
I'm doing good, man. Merry Christmas to you and everyone in the chat. Everybody watching.
Yeah, 100%. I hope everybody's enjoyed your day, had your festivities, your food, and your presents, your family togetherness, and are now ready to talk some, a movie trailer that came out here recently, referencing, or it's a movie called Civil War. It's a 2024 film, supposed to be coming out April 26, 2024. First and foremost, what are your thoughts about a movie called Civil War coming out in the spring with so much? I mean, I don't know. I would say that right now, there's a little bit of turmoil, when it comes to the political views and things like that. People aren't getting along. So what are your thoughts on this type of movie and its timing?
Yeah, no, I just think it's like, it's trying to tell us, that some of those things might come true, like to look deeper into what these movies are actually telling us.
Right.
Yeah, especially like you said, like the way our political, I guess how I call it political madness, Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's kind of putting so much stress on people,
Yeah, I agree. I will say this: it looks very, very interesting, to say the least, and it stars Kirsten Dunst. She's a reporter, and this is what has been reported out. There's a few people who have been associated with the film. There's pictures of them in the film, but they don't have what role they're playing yet. So Kirsten Dunst is a reporter. Wagner Moura is in the film. McKinley Henderson, Cailee Spaeny, Jesse Plemons, Nick Offerman is the president of the United States. Carl Gussman, Sonia Mizunu, and Jonica Gibbs. So star-studded cast, in my opinion. And the basically, from what I've read, the premises of the movie is a family traveling across the United States struggles to survive during a near future civil war where the government becomes a dystopian dictatorship and partisan extremist militias regularly commit political violence. Okay, so that's the premise. That's what this movie is about. And like I said, it's scheduled to be released on 2024. I saw the trailer not too long ago, man, and I thought it was interesting. And what we're going to do today is we're going to break down that trailer. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to watch it, not in its entirety. We're going to have to stop it every like 10 seconds or so and kind of give our opinion on things for copyright reasons and whatnot. So without further ado, you want to just get into it?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
19 states have seceded.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
All right, so 19 states have seceded, and we hear that there are Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance. So what does that tell you right there?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Texas was one of the first ones.
One of the first ones to succeed.
Because there's always that talk that, when it comes down to, political, like if whoever's in office, they want to, it's always that talk that they want to secede.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, I think right now Texas is really gearing up to possibly drop a bill to do so. It's crazy times, man. TF, thank you for coming a member.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, and we appreciate everybody. So let me back this up just 1 second. The White House has issued warnings. The White House has issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance. Sounds like there's 3 different type of groups here. You have the White House and whoever is part of America, I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. They issued a warning to the Western forces and the Florida Alliance. So that sounds like 2 different groups to me.
Yeah.
Right. Mixed with the 3rd group of the White House or whatever is remaining of the United States of America. What, do you think that's what it means, or do you see something different?
No, yeah. I think there's different groups. The ones for government and then the ones that are against it, And I think the warning is to pretty much give up and if not, there's gotta be hell to pay.
Should have paused for that one. I apologize. I moved my my mic without loosening it up, and it made that noise. Watch. Oh, now it doesn't want to do it. To me, I think, like, what about Western forces? Where do you think that comes from?
If it's Cali, we're done.
Right. I mean, what do you think? That's the West Coast? I mean, that's what I'm assuming as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But I mean, I don't know. Like, when it comes down to that, how California laws and how, I guess you could say, how woke they are. So I don't know. That's the best alliance we can get.
Yeah. Do you think they're working together, Western forces and the Florida Alliance?
I wouldn't know. I mean, I don't think so, because if they are talking about Cali, you know how their politics are compared to Texas and Florida. I mean,
yeah,
they never seen eye to eye. So I don't know how that will work out. I mean, I think if anything, not people, but the system in Cali is all for government.
Yeah.
Like more government. So I don't know.
That's true. All right, let's continue this.
Florida Alliance.
The 3-term president assures the uprising.
The 3-term president. That's that. I didn't realize that.
Swanson.
Right. So that means that's probably one of the issues, right? I'm assuming that's going to be one of the issues, is you're going to have one side pull off a one of these rules so that the president can stay in power a 3rd term. I mean, there was that threat. I think, like, people were scared of that. If you're on the political right, that the left is going to try to do that. And if you're on the political left, that the right is going to try to do that.
Yeah.
Do you think that could be what actually started it?
Maybe. I mean, you can, when a president has a vice president, right? And the vice president runs for president later on, he can still do 2 terms, right?
As long as he wasn't the president, yeah.
Right. So maybe okay, yeah. So like I was thinking maybe he was a vice president at one point and then actually became the president later on.
Nah. This is a third-term president.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've only watched the trailer once. I took a lot of screenshots, of it without the sound on, just so I can just get some images. So this is really kind of like our first time watching this. Deep diving into it. It says assures the uprising will be dealt swiftly. So it sounds like this is the beginning of the Civil War. What do you think?
Yeah. This is towards the beginning of the uprising, like it says right there, of people setting up against a tyrannical government.
Yeah, 100%.
Will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
We just try to stay out with what we.
So they go into a store and basically tell somebody that, aren't you aware there's a big civil war going on across America? I'm assuming they probably went to one of these cities where, they're trying to block out the noise, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't there one state? I think it was like maybe Wyoming or something. During the COVID issue, they didn't do anything. They didn't restrict anything. They just went on living as like normal life.
Mm-hmm.
There was one state that did that. I wonder if that's something similar, right? There's a civil war going on, and there's like one city or state or portion of the United States that's like, we're not part of that war. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Or I mean, I saw it though. Like to me, it's like you know how like the media nowadays they throw things out there out of context.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of feels like the girl that was, I guess, the owner or the working in that store was like doesn't believe in what the media's portraying. Just like some people don't right now. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's 100% true. And with that being said, if you don't trust the media, please hit that like button and ring that subscribe and ring that notification bell. We'd appreciate that. And if you do trust them, hit the like button anyways. We'd appreciate that as well. So let's get back into it. It says, with what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best, is what she's about to say. Now, we'll break down the images as we go along, but you have a family walking alongside a pretty burnt up, what is that, a Jaguar?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, and then you have an older Expedition with a tank of gasoline on the back of it. Kind of tells you that, gas is short. There's probably gas stations, not helping. And, if you're in a civil war, you're probably not getting, oil coming from, where you normally would get it. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see that.
You see on the news seems like it's for the best.
So that's just a lot of quick images. I took screenshots of all those, so we'll be able to break those down a little bit more in detail. But Kirsten Dunst, according to what we've been able to find, is a reporter, and she's taking pictures.
Yeah.
So
I don't know when was the last time I've seen her in a movie, actually, to be honest.
Spider-Man, maybe?
That was forever ago.
I don't know, man. Let us know in the comment section. How long was the last time Kirsten Dunst was in a movie? There was an Interview with a Vampire. I think that was like the first one she came out in.
That was even a lot farther in history than Spider-Man.
I know. I'm bad with time, man. I'm bad with time. Interesting. 2 stars on a flag there.
Citizens of America, the so-called Western forces of Texas and California.
The Western forces of Texas and California.
We're screwed. Texas
screwed. Well, so who took over what? Because I think that, in my opinion, if something like that were to happen, do you think that maybe Texas invaded California? Took over there?
More than likely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because
we have so much, over here. It's kind of like, so we're like open carry and everything.
Right.
We like our toys.
Right. And but in California, there's a lot more people.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's
You know
true.
what
But I
I'm
mean,
saying?
it's a pretty much gun free state. I mean, there's still going to be the criminals who have them, but
That's true.
I don't know. I think when it comes down to California and Texas, so yeah, the population is a big difference. But I mean, I think that Texas and Florida probably have more firepower than anything.
Yeah, I would think so too. I would have thought that the alliance would be Florida and Texas. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of surprising to me. It goes the other way. Just kind of the way things are. But maybe perhaps in the movie it'll portray California differently, maybe more aligned towards Texas, which to make it the fictional aspect of it. But I do think that maybe perhaps there was an invasion. Texas invaded California, and maybe or the other way around. But I find that interesting. I find it interesting. It was written by Alex Garland. Just wanted to give him his props.
Have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes
against America?
And then it shows a picture of a couple of planes going over. What do you think he's at when you think he's in that expedition?
It sure seems like it, especially with that back window being so large.
So, right, and it's a tan interior. It looks like it's white along the door frame right there between the weather stripping.
Yeah.
So the president is in the white press van at one point in this movie. Good to know.
Against American citizens. We're moving to D.C. today.
You need to go down there.
Oh, snap. They shoot journalists on site in the Capitol? That's crazy. It sounds like the media, wasn't in par with, which that sounds like the president would be more of the Republican side. Typically on the Democratic side is where the media is more friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I mean, I think 80 something percent is right now. The media right now is like 80, almost 90% is left leaning.
Right, exactly. And so I find this odd that it sounds like Texas is against, the White House, right? And Washington, which Washington is typically, also left winged. And they don't want the media there. That was weird.
Yeah.
Shoot journalists on site in the Capitol.
And they have freaking sharpshooters just for journalists.
Damn.
I don't think that's what it's for.
What Fortnite is that?
Right? That's crazy.
Every instinct in me says this is death. Blooded.
Every time I survived the war zone.
There's people hanging there. That guy got a gun. I don't know who the guy in the background is, but he's definitely, in my opinion, taking this person against her will. What do you think?
It's hard to tell. I mean, you're talking about the guy in red or the one way back there?
The guy in red. This one right here, right behind the girl with the gun in his hand. She looks frightened.
Maybe. Maybe because of the scene that she's witnessing.
Walking up to? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. And I have this image as well. We'll be able to zoom in on it and break it down and even zoom in on who that person is in the background. This is the first time I even noticed that person back there. So we'll look at that.
I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here.
What? Well, you're American.
So he's telling them they're American. This guy's got some red glasses on. Doesn't seem like the military that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Okay. Okay. What kind of American are you?
That's interesting, right? I mean, could you imagine being in that situation?
It's like, are you an American that's for the government, which is what's happening right now, or America against it? American against it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And this movie is coming out April 2024 in theaters. And then I'm sure it'll go to Netflix and everywhere else, 6, 7, 8 months after the fact. I'm going to watch this in theaters, though. This seems interesting enough for me to watch. I'm hooked.
Is it going to be a drunk turkey field trip?
Oh, yeah. We're going to be at the premiere. Get us to the premiere. And let's see what this guy says.
You don't know?
Well, how would you answer that, right? If you were in that situation, would you be honest? If you didn't know which kind of America they were or what kind of American they were, right? How would you answer this? You're there on the ground, weaponless, defenseless. Obviously, they have weapons around. You're surrounded.
Yeah, I mean, from what I can tell, I can't see if they have any idea of the patches, but considering that he doesn't have no, the glasses are, that's not part of the uniform and no cover. I'm guessing these are like militia people against a big government.
I would think so too. Think so too.
So I'd be like, I'm whatever you want me to be, sir.
The Western forces will reach the White House on July 4th.
The Western forces really, we'll get to the White House on July 4th. They're kind of a little bit patriotic, don't you think? So who do you think is the good team and who do you think is the bad team here? Who's the light side? Who's the dark side in your opinion so far?
Big government. I think, especially, seeing or hearing that they use military strikes on their own people.
Yeah.
That's not, especially like it. Even when it comes down to Texas, we're not for big government. We want the government the least amount in our lives. So
yeah,
I think that's where they're, that's where they're butting heads right now, especially because this president's freaking sending airstrikes to American citizens.
Yeah, and I mean he's doing a third term as well. I mean that's considered unpatriotic. I think that they're shooting media, so they're wanting to control thing or shooting journalists. I'm assuming that they're gonna, I think they're gonna try to portray whoever the president is and whoever's running the government as, like, for instance, the like in Star Wars, the dark side. You know what I'm saying? And so and the light side is gonna be the rebellious side, just like in Star Wars. So they're attacking on July 4th. Kind of odd, you know what I'm saying? So It sounds planned. I mean, even for the movie, like, oh yeah, it just so happened. I think it's going to be planned for that day, and I think it's going to be something like, it's on July 4th because they're going to be fighting for their independence back or something like that. It's going to be some kind of symbolic reason like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I've never seen Star Wars, so I didn't get the reference. But still.
What? Well, there's a evil side and a good side.
That's all I need to know, right?
That's all you need to know right now. I'll get you into it. Now, let's see this. Let's continue.
Oh my God.
Get in the car! Get in the car! Move, move!
This is Washington. Obviously, you can see the monument in the background. I'm assuming this is the Western forces. So it looks like they also have, camo gear as well.
You're gonna hang back.
I'm not hanging back.
One nation under God.
Huh. I think I figured this movie out already. With just this image, I already know what's going to happen. To a certain extent.
Do tell. Or no, we're going to have to wait.
Now, I'm going to tell you during the pictures. I figured it out. I know what's going on. I figured this out. All right. Somebody's jumping from one place to another.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I mean, it looks action-packed, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it looks realistic.
It does, dude. Like this is crazy, man. And I'm gonna go watch it. I'm gonna be there. I'm excited to see what the plot is. I'm excited to see what the plot is. You know how they're gonna go with this movie, or where they're gonna go with this movie. So there's another image of Washington. You can see the Capitol in the background, the monument in the
God
foreground.
bless America.
And that's it. Civil War. That's the trailer. Now let's break it all down. Well, first and foremost, what do you give the trailer? What rating do you give the trailer? Or you give it a, we'll go with 1 through 5. You give it a 5 stars, 1 star. How did the trailer, the commercial, did it pull you in? What do you give it?
I want to give it a 3. Just the trailer itself, because everybody wants to see a little bit more, trailer to kind of figure it out a little bit more, but you're gonna have to wait for the movie. So I'm gonna give it like a 3.5.
Yeah, good deal. Yeah. I think I'm gonna give it a 4, man. To be honest with you, reason being is it's got my attention, man. I think it's action packed. I want to know what happened. Why is it happening? Who did what? When did they do it? And how did this militia, or these these groups, come together, in this time of day? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, they give you a little bit of breakdown just to what to expect, but and also has a lot of action just in the trailer. So I'm guessing there's gonna be a lot more action than in the actual movie. Because there's some movies that, man, they make their trailers and they show all the good parts in the trailers. I don't know if you ever been.
Oh yeah,
you ever seen something like that? And then you go to the movies and you're like, oh, I already seen all this. Like, there's nothing.
Stray Dogs. Stray Dogs.
And it's like, damn, but this one just leaves a lot of a lot of wonder to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Meg comes in with a $4.99 or $4.99 super chat. TF sent you guys an email with a map. Also, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to yourself as well. Thank you, Meg. I got the map. We'll be looking at that here. So this is the I guess the poster. It's the Statue of Liberty. You got some sharpshooters and snipers at the top there.
That was us yesterday in Fortnite.
That was us. That's a crazy image, man. It's a crazy image.
It's a good image. It's rural. It's telling.
Very much, man. So this is the part that starts off, says 19 states have seceded the United States. And they got an image in the background of the skyline. I mean, I can't tell what skyline that is. May not even be real.
It probably ain't. Like, there's some probably buildings that do look like that, but like they're not all real. I don't think that one actually put it real. Because you know how they did, like in 9/11 they went back and edited out the towers after it happened. A lot of movies had to edit that out.
I don't understand why they would, but yeah. Well, I know that it appeared that this movie took place in a couple of different places. I wonder where this movie took place at, and if where that skyline is. So you have them driving through a bunch of burnt up cars. Some still on fire. The road is intact, so I'm not sure if this is you know, of fire, something from the sky, and they're all in the median ish, right?
Yeah, they could also bend the blocking, so they moved them out of the way.
Yeah.
But
Shit, how you gonna move?
this looks like something from a zombie movie, right?
Yeah, but like, how do you move this without like with you know, you need a forklift and
I just,
you know what I mean?
Put it onto a truck, like pulled it with the chain.
I guess that was you in Fortnite after I rage quit. Thank you, Angel D. That was us in Fortnite. All right, so here's an image. I can see that one guy in the front. He's the guy that was said, you know, Mr. President, do you regret the airstrikes? Right. Here's the guy. I think he's the guy that was telling the lady at the clerk that there's a civil war going on. Let me, hold on one sec. Move this over real quick. Yeah. There's a vehicle behind them. You know, you can see that they're still in the wooded area.
Mm-hmm.
Or a wooded area. That looks like the blue shirt that bigger guy was wearing.
Yeah.
Think someone's following them?
I think they probably have a group
caravan.
Yeah, like a caravan. Maybe not as big, but at least two them and two other vehicles.
Yeah, it's possible.
I mean, you don't want to put everybody in one van.
Yeah. This lady in here just reading her book. There's a bottle on the shelf for.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
not supposed to be there.
All right. So here's one of the images. So you have this Jaguar that looks like it's burnt up. It's also pushed off to the side. These folks walking in tandem.
Yeah.
I think they're.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. What do you think?
No, it's kind of saying, like, for me, it says like even the rich are not immune to it.
Yeah.
Not even, that's what I feel like.
I'm trying to read this plate. What do you think that's from, man? It's all blurry. I can't tell what state that is.
Dude, I have no idea.
It ain't Texas. Yeah, it ain't Texas. You got an excursion, gas tank in the back. Like I said, this tells me that gas is scarce, probably expensive. Probably expensive to drive this thing around, and it's scarce gas.
Dude, that's like a 5.8 cylinder.
I think he drinks a gallon. That whole container just sitting in park and idle.
Yeah, they'll take just so they hit that tree right there, and then they'll be out.
Right. And so then it shows them in the front, and it says press. So I know that the premise on the when I looked up the movie, it said there was a family traveling across country. But this is press, like the news, the media. So it seems like these guys wouldn't have been the Americans that were pro, Washington or whatever. Right? Because media was getting shot in Washington.
Mm-hmm. Damn, they're bringing in Humvees like that. It's crazy.
Man, look at the background. It's real green. I'm assuming that this is an American, like the United States. Let's see. There's a flag back here. Oh, no. Is that one star?
Could be two, but it's folded.
Right. But it's like, it doesn't look like it. You wouldn't be able to tell the little stars.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it does seem like that stars are a little bit too far off where the, I guess, like, was it a rectangle or square is that?
Mm-hmm.
Square.
See, I initially thought that this was maybe a camp in Texas or something like that. And this was, the Army bringing in military into like Texas or the, Florida Alliance or whatnot to build a camp here.
Well, then they have in that case, most of the people in the government that's controlled by the military would have to split in order to help an alliance in Texas and Florida and all that. Because if, let's be honest, if the military, everyone in the military personnel actually goes with this idea, I mean, they got air support, man, which these other militias probably wouldn't have,
Yeah. I mean, Texas would have its own. It's big enough. It's got its own. You have your own port. You have the Gulf of Mexico, so you have access through there. You have, I don't know how many bases in Texas. I mean, in San Antonio alone, it's considered military city because there's fort bases, our Air Force bases, military, like Navy, Air Force, all of them across the board, Army, Marine. They're all here in San Antonio Space Force. So, yeah, I mean, and this is clearly a camp. But now that I'm looking at this flag, I think it's a Western Ally camp getting close to perhaps, remember it said on July 4th, they're going to hit Washington. I think that's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
All right. So you have these folks here fighting. And what I noticed here is like, look, check this out. He's got a jug of water. I don't know, man. I know that's a power thing.
Is it petrol?
I don't know. I thought they were fighting for water at first, but
water?
I don't know what they're arguing for.
Damn.
And these are all in order in which they came out in the trailer. Now the trailer is going to put these images and everything in weird orders. You know what I'm saying? And so, give me one sec. Hold on. I got to we're already limited. It's bastards. All right. I wanted to check that, see if we got copyright on that. It don't look like we did. All right. So we have some smoke here. Looks like a vehicle in front of them. These soldiers are running to.
Is it a tank or what kind of vehicle? Humvee?
I can't tell, man. There's just something sticking out right here. I just don't know what I don't know what that is.
I think it is a tank.
Right. Right here, you can kind of. Yeah. Where the tire is, it looks more like a tank. Was it rail? Yeah, track.
Yeah.
Huh. You got somebody shooting out of a window. So you got this guy being dragged out. Obviously, you don't seem to be alive or at least conscious.
Yeah.
These guys look like they're in everyday clothing. Right?
Yeah.
A big difference from all the other guys that are wearing military
gear.
Yeah. And then we have the picture of Kirsten Dunst as a reporter. And here's the flag with 2 stars. I'm assuming, which is crazy because we're the Lone Star State. We're the only flag that has that in the United States that allows for our flag to have 1 star on it. You know what I'm saying? It's the Lone Star State. I don't ever see, even if like, for instance, Texas took over California, I think they would change it, as an extension of Texas, you know what I'm saying? Like West Texas or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. This looks weird too. I don't like it. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Just thinking that, from all the stars, these 2 are the ones that are in control. Pretty much, that's what's saying.
Well, I mean, for this group of people, yeah, like the Texans and the Californians.
Yeah, but like to see, you see a flag, you see all those stars on there, and then to go see a flag with only 2, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. You got smoke in the background. I don't see any planes.
Dude, doesn't those clouds that scene look like the Simpsons?
They do look like the Simpsons clouds. Man, maybe that's an Easter egg there on its own. There's some more guys, right? They predicted this.
Yeah, probably.
So
I'm pretty sure they have.
You have more civilian clothed individuals that are armed, walking around a building. And here is the president,
Ron Swanson. I
That's
can't take him seriously.
This looks awfully a lot like what President Trump used to wear. I mean, down to the pin, blue suit, red tie, American flag pin, white shirt.
I don't know, but I just can't take him seriously because, like, I see them in Parks and Recreation as Ron Swanson, and that guy is fucking funny, dude.
Oh, I need to watch it.
Funny. Yeah, it's funny, dude. Check it out.
So they have what appears to be the regular flag in the background still, right?
Yeah, that's probably was that probably before that all started? You think?
It could be. It could be. The president of the United States of America. So it doesn't say anything different.
Everything looks pretty legit right there.
Yeah. I think that says police on the back of that vest. And it's the right color for it.
What's he holding though? It's a camera, isn't it? Oh, I don't know if that's a camera or a rifle. So the angle's real weird.
But that's a cross,
med?
Right?
That's
yeah,
med.
Interesting. So there's some battling in the background here. I assume this is Kirsten Dunst, the reporter, looking outside. And on the window was a reflection of a map. And here's the map that has been disclosed. So you have the Western Forces, the Florida Alliance, the Republic of California, Second Republic of Texas. All right, so this sounds more like freaking California took over Texas because it's this. Well, no, because I think this is the second time that they've been a Republic of Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I almost put myself put my foot in my mouth. All right, so I think this is the second time that they are the Republic of Texas, and the Republic of California is the first time that they have seceded from the Union or from the United States. Florida Alliance wasn't mentioned with the Republic of Texas or the Western Forces. Oh yeah, it was Western Forces and Florida Alliance, wasn't it?
Yeah, he mentioned that they fell, right?
No, they said that they sent out a strict warning or something like that to the Western Forces.
And then he said that, I think it was, I don't know if he said Western Forces, but I think he said at least Texas, right? One of them, that they were defeated or something like that.
Yeah, he said that there was something positive when it came to a part going against the Second Republic of Texas and the Republic of California. So yeah, that they lost major pieces. So yeah, I'm assuming that they did probably the bombing that they were referencing was probably
airstrikes.
Either in Texas or California, the airstrikes. That's what I'm thinking too. Now let's look at this. So this means that northern, western, and southern United States is against the northeast and middle area of the United States. To a certain extent, I think that because it's called the loyalist states, I think the non-loyalist states have them surrounded. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Do you think this movie is happening at the same time as the other one? Because apparently it's like supposed to be like a part of the whole that same universe, right? Not the same universe, but the same timeline.
With what the movie we just saw?
Yeah.
What was it called again? Man, my
Leave
memory.
the world, leave the world behind.
I don't know, man. I don't think so. It could be, but I don't think so. It would be.
That's a talk around. That's the saying that it might be either like a sequel or it's like happening at the same time.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything with the letter E on it, but we'll keep an eye out. If we see E on there, then it does. But I tend to think no. I think this is something different. Let's continue, because I think that one took place in New York, in New Jersey area, right? And that was the place that was hit by rogue. Well, yeah, I guess that was the area that was hit by rogue forces. So that would be these guys, but well, we'll see. I'm not sure. They didn't bring up a third term of president there, but they didn't say that there wasn't a third term president either.
Yeah.
So here's that image that I was talking about, where you can see it on the screen there, and this is what came out of it. And so here's their excursion. It says press on the side. Well, it looks like New York. Here's that tanker over here, where that guy with the water jug was fighting. Yeah. Interesting. This looked like a camp of some sort, like a homeless camp.
Yeah.
Then it cuts to this scene where there's planes flying over. Really low. That's low to the ground.
Oh, yeah. They're probably looking for the tunnels in Idaho.
They might be. I think there's the airstrike. This is when the airstrike is coming through.
Is that Kirsten Dunst right there?
Yeah, that is her right here on the ground. Yeah, that's her right here with this person, and then that's them on the ground.
The one running almost has the same clothing on.
Oh yeah. Look, yeah, I think they were getting water. Look, check this guy out. He has a big old jug of water.
Yeah, that's what you have right now when you drink out of it.
I know. I need one. All right, and so this is where the airstrike happens that they were talking about. And this is at a Jesus Saves church. And look back here. This is a camp. These are just civilians.
Yeah.
And,
I haven't seen anyone in military gear or anything.
Yeah, I don't see any guns. I don't see any.
I think I saw like a police officer, but not military or militia.
Do you think these are rioters?
Damn. Airstrike on protesters?
Yeah.
Rioters?
Yeah.
Could
protesters,
be,
rioters.
That's our core, man, on the airstrike. That's crazy.
That would be crazy, dude.
But like where they bombed and then like the church that says Jesus saves, that's crazy.
I know, dude.
It's like almost saying, where's your God now kind of thing, you know?
And that's true, dude. That's pretty deep, but that's true. That's true. Ooh, I went too far. So you have the guy with that was in the store telling that lady there's a pretty big war going on.
Well, that's probably what was inside that building, that thing. Remember the one that was a tank? Remember?
Oh, yeah. It could have been this.
Yeah.
You're right.
Could be.
It could have been this. There's the press van. There's somebody coming out of it. There's somebody in the back. This guy's walking without like anybody around him, so I'm assuming that they're okay with these folks. This says U.S. Looks like the A is kind of taken off.
Yeah, they took it off.
All right. Huh.
That makes sense. United States.
Yeah. And look, this is definitely boom, bada boom, bada beam.
Oh, there it is, man.
We got it. This is a base camp for the Alliance of Texas, or the Republic of Texas, and in California.
Damn, it's crazy. I think this movie's gonna be crazy, man.
This is, dude. Look at all this. Look at all the military stuff that they have.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Which tells you either they took it or, most of the military also was kind of split right in half,
Well, one thing I noticed is there's not really any insignia on this. There's no United States Army or Air Force or whatever on it. And then there's just the US symbol here. But typically, isn't there like stuff on the Humvees and stuff?
I mean, there's wording. There's,
right.
Yeah, there's wording sometimes, but I mean, it's easily covered. You can cover it up and everything. But this one's not showing any of that.
Yeah, exactly. Huh. Interesting. So you have what I'm assuming is the press, but like I said in the beginning, it said that it was a family going across country. I mean, maybe perhaps them two are together, and that little girl is their child, and they're reporters. I don't know. It's weird. A skyline, but there's one vehicle driving. I think that's the press vehicle, but it's the only vehicle on this bridge. Skyscraper in the back. That's probably not a common image here for a busy city.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
It sounds like maybe there's an evacuation going on.
There are blockades or even like quarantine.
Right. Huh. And here's that guy on the roof there. Hey, look, this might be what they were talking about. Look, this is military Humvees. When the president guy said that, they hit him pretty good. This might be what they're talking about. Look at the back.
Is that a dog?
That building. That is a dog.
There's one thing about movies, man. I don't mind a person getting shot, but when they kill an animal,
yeah,
I turn it off. That's where I draw the line.
Unfortunately, Fido here he looks like he's spry and alive.
Either that's a small dog or a big ass cat.
Yeah, look at that. That's a satellite. So this probably was a base, no?
Yeah, more likely.
Or maybe it was like a place that was like a hidden. Well, it wouldn't be hidden base if you have this shit outside of it. Nobody's gonna know that we're
like
here.
A communication center, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Interesting. So these are the folks that were some people hanging. There's two people hanging here. That looks like a squeegee.
Yeah.
There's a gas station back there, so this is probably like a mechanic shop for some. That's kind of the vibe I got it. She looks. Can't really see her face, but she looks kind of scared. That guy got a gun. Yeah. I don't know who this guy is in the background.
I think that's that girl, isn't it? The tire, the clothing attire seems.
I don't know.
I don't know. Because the person's holding something in their right hand too. Might be a camera. The one in the very back.
Yeah.
But that girl's just tripping because of the scene that she's witnessing. I think not necessarily because of the guy.
Well, what if this guy's the reason why these guys are like that?
But if that's the case, then why's that person in the back? Or maybe they're together. I don't know. We're gonna have to watch the movie.
Where's Kirsten Dunst and where's that other guy, the store guy? That's where I'm wondering.
Yeah, that's true because even this guy we haven't seen on any of the other scenes.
Yeah. Right, so we got a guy on the ground. Probably has a what do they call it? Those ghillie suits or what are they called?
Yeah, ghillie suit.
His hair's green. At first, I thought maybe this was just some sort of like not military associated, but then
fingernails are painted, isn't it?
Oh yeah, his fingernails are painted. That's a good observation. Pink and green
and blue.
And blue.
Big blue.
All right. So now the green hair does make me go back to thinking that this isn't a a soldier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think these are all like the ones against the big government.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, these guys sitting down in a chair. Think they're like hostages, held hostage, captive.
It's a casting couch.
Could be that.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, look at the facial expression of Christian too. I think her facial reaction looks a lot more telling than the man's.
Yeah. So this is the guy. I don't see anything on his patches. Yeah, I don't see any patches on insignia.
Yeah.
No.
First of all, he has his finger on the goddamn trigger when he's not using it. You know?
So would you think that these guys, without the patches and stuff, that they're part of the Republic of California? I would assume that this guy could be Republic of California. You know?
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Because we didn't see the other stuff, right? Yeah. The writings on the Humvees, like everything was blank on those two.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if this was a loyalist state, part of the United States of America military, like Army or Air Force or whatever, you would see all that stuff. Yeah.
Still on, yeah.
Interesting. So yeah, this is probably one of the Republic guys. This is probably one of the Republic of California guys as well.
Well, I didn't even see the other guy on the right side.
Yeah. Say, hey, take it easy.
Let go of my blouse.
Yeah, there's nothing on that. No insignia, no patches, no none. He's got 2 watches on. What do you think that's about?
Just like the other movie. It has like 2 clocks, and I don't know about that. Maybe one's like a compass. Could it be?
Maybe. Then you got this black helicopter. Blacked out also. There's nothing on the side, no logos or words or any of those things. Same thing on the Humvees.
Yeah, look how low they are.
Yeah, they're flying low. They're probably flying low to stay out of radar.
Yeah, or they're landing there, either one. I think it looks like it's landing though.
Yeah.
Was that water? No, it's not water, is it?
I think it was water.
Oh yeah, it is water.
I don't think it's landing then.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not appropriate.
It's gonna sink. Oh, it might be like that fog.
It could be a fog. Now, this is another image of where the planes fly over, and as you can see, they're doing some crazy like flips in the air right here. That tells me that those guys are a part of these guys, right? And we've already established that these guys are the Republic of either Texas or California, or the combination of the two.
Yeah, I don't think they will be just chilling if they see planes flying over them. If they weren't part of their own outfit, you know?
Yeah. These seem to have something on the sides. Do you think that this could be nah, I don't know, maybe it's them coming back after a job well done? Or do you think it's
or picking up I guess recruits, you can say, from different places and bring them here?
Yeah, or the injured. Thank you, Eric, for your $5 super chat. Merry Christmas to you as well. We appreciate you guys. So we have some folks. This is clearly Washington. You can tell by the monument in the background. Can't really see much here other than these are guys dressed in military suits or uniforms. And I don't know. I can't tell if they have patches or anything on this. I can't tell which side they're on. Can you? What do you think?
I think this is going to be from either Cali or Texas.
You think this is the invasion?
Yeah, this is when they're going and getting there already. Because obviously, like, if they were trying to protect, what's it called, the government, they will be facing outward, no? Like they will have a perimeter. And I don't think this is a perimeter. I think this looks like they're on top of a building, right?
Yeah, you already have something in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Also, yeah, and they're going towards. I would assume towards Washington. I've never been there, so I'm not sure if this is going towards the capital or away, but I think it is. All right, it goes back to this image. We saw them driving through the woods, and before it was nice and clear. It looks like there's a fire around them now.
Fire in the sky.
Yeah, that's a fire.
Yeah.
Cuts back to Washington and looks like a full-on invasion here in a second. I mean, I think that
they have a wall around it too.
Oh yeah,
They have a
wall and lights.
Mm-hmm.
These floodlights are so that they can anybody on the inside of the floodlights, like for instance, if there's like a sharpshooter up here on the building here, they can. It'll be difficult to see them, but they can see you with better ease. So you have a why do you think they're doing this? Why not just pull over?
I don't know. I'm not sure. You think maybe the person that's in the middle got kidnapped or something?
I think so. I think the person in the middle. Do you think they're getting? Do you think they're currently being chased?
I think so. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. I'll tell you that.
I wouldn't either. I'm just kind of, and I'm assuming that the guys in the truck, the darker colored truck, I don't know if that's gray or green or black. They're okay with this guy leaving and going into the other vehicle because they would just pull away and that guy would fall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or break.
Yeah. I guess, more than likely they are being chased and they're trying to, he's trying to jump over, I guess. I don't know for what reason. I guess we're going to find out, right?
Yeah. I think they're being chased by someone. I think this is an escape. So it cuts back to the tank. There's the tank. There it is. Couple buildings in the background. Armed forces. Parking garage. Something's happening there.
Yeah. An arrow that says shoot that way.
Yeah. What? That's just parking. All right. So I'm assuming that this is when the invasion is occurring, and this is the Republic forces.
Yeah, that's what it sure seems like it. Yeah, definitely.
These guys are there. What is this? President of the United States seal. I've never been in the White House. Is this like towards the Oval Office or something? I know you went to the White House in high school on a school trip. Is this accurate, time?
What the?
Just kidding.
My high school never had that kind of budget. Half the time I wasn't even there, anyways.
It is what it is. Thank you, Eric, for becoming a newest member. We appreciate you. So this looks like they're kidnapping the president. All right.
They're taking prisoners.
Now look at his body. I want you to stare at his body. I know you.
I'll stare at his body, even if you don't ask me to.
Look at the his size, shape.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's him?
I don't think so.
Remember in the show or in the trailer, that guy asked, "So, Mr. President, something about the airstrikes. President was in that truck."
I don't believe so.
You don't think he was in that truck when he asked him that?
I don't think so.
Oh, we're gonna go find it. I'm pretty sure.
I could be wrong. Most of the time, I am. So
I'm gonna see if I have it back here real quick. No, did I not take?
I don't think you had a picture. I don't think I was still on that.
I may not. You know what? I'm gonna go grab one real quick. Just because I want to be accurate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So someone tell Blue I want him to wear something bears next night.
Wear something bears. We'll tell him. I
think wear like a real costume of a bear.
He's gonna put on a what do you call it? Wait, that's not at the end.
I'm way ahead of you.
No, I put some in the wrong order. It's all good. It's all good. I'm trying to find where they're in the damn truck.
I think it's Big Blue.
What's Big Blue?
Oh, the guy that was being dragged out.
Oh, you think it was Big? So I'm gonna look for that. I'm gonna find it here in a second, but until I do, you have an explosion back here. You have the Humvees there. They're facing that direction. So it seems like the Republic of California and or of there it is, 46 seconds. All right, I'm gonna pull it up over here. Seems like they're the ones on the attack here. Let me move some things around. So we're at 46 seconds over here. And so it says right here, Mr. President, do you regret the airstrikes against citizens? And they're in that white truck.
Wait, that's not the president?
No, he's not the president. He's the one asking the president. He said, Mr. President. Watch, let me one more. Mr. President. Yeah, I gotta do it this way. Share screen. I forgot to add the audio. So he is asking the president.
President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens?
So he's telling him, do you regret the airstrikes against American citizens? So this is after the airstrikes, obviously. I'm assuming that, after a lot of the stuff had occurred. So I'm guessing that the airstrikes are probably going to happen relatively soon. There's going to be an attack on Washington. They're going to kidnap the president. These press folks are going to have the president escape right from that compound or whatever. And I'm not sure where they're going from there. But I think they're asking, if they're asking him if you regret the airstrikes, that has to be, pretty well into the movie, don't you think?
Yeah, no, it should be. But I don't know. I'm kind of like confused about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, how it'll work out at the end, or maybe it doesn't.
Right.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes
against American citizens? And is the president driving this vehicle? It looks like that's who he's talking to. Is the driver, right?
I think it's just like He's saying he's just saying what he would tell the president if he could in person, you know, or as an interview. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Could be wrong.
So you think that maybe perhaps they're like, so what's the first thing you would ask the president if you had the chance? I'd be like, Mr. President, do you regret? Oh, that's quite possible. That's quite possible.
Yeah. That's what I think.
That's possible. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. But when I saw that guy hanging out of that car and this dude here was he was talking to whoever the you know, it appeared that he was talking to the president, right?
Yeah, I can give you that. Yeah.
So, like, if he was, he had to have gotten in that car somehow. And so I'm wondering if this is how he got it. But you're right. It could be as simple as, you know, what would you ask the president?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to check it out one more time what he says. Oops. Sorry about that, y'all. I hit my mic. Give me a sec. This isn't even work. This damn thing ain't working now. Yeah, it says, Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes? It doesn't say like I thought maybe there was something like, so Mr. President, do you regret? Because if it said so, Mr. President, that sounds to me that he was talking directly to the president, but it doesn't say that. It says, Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes? Interesting. So then we have another image of the Capitol or Washington. There's a helicopter flying through. Now these images here, and that was the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
These images here that I took were from the what do you call it? I went to IMBD and they had 16 or 15 pictures that were available from the movie. Some of them are from the trailer, some of them are not. Like, for instance, this is not in the trailer. A lot of orange behind her, a lot of lights. Camera, a couple cameras in her hand, bag, bulletproof vest. Another image of this guy in the fire.
Mm-hmm. It's probably I think that was in the woods, right? Driving through the woods.
Yeah. This is what probably started the fire. That's good.
Yeah. Like Smokey the Bear said.
Only you can prevent it. Yeah. So, I think in this scene, he's telling her that she's going to have to stay behind. So this isn't a clearer picture of what this dude is wearing, and definitely has 2 watches on. Look at that.
Yeah.
No patches.
Trigger finger not in the safety position.
Oh, clearly a non-experienced or very well-trained person in the military.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was hoping it wouldn't get too blurry. I could see what it said.
Looks like a mugshot.
It does.
So they all have the same one, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not the same picture, but with their picture. That'd be crazier.
Yeah. Now they both got press passes. So this is when they're in that store. She's reading a book. Not really, you can tell from this, in my opinion. Odd necklace for a man.
Yeah, it's real thin, right? It's a woman.
Probably his wife's, no? Or maybe I'm thinking maybe his wife's probably not with him. And that little girl was his daughter. And maybe perhaps something happened. This is them walking into the store. Maybe that is his wife. I don't know. And another picture of the president.
of Ron Swanson. Duke Silver. Oh shit!
He's screaming. These guys aren't paying attention to him. I'm assuming something really horrible happened.
Yeah, sure seems like it.
There's no patches on these guys either. Oh, we saw this one. So this is him carrying her out. She seems to be pretty wounded.
Yeah.
I mean, not extremely wounded. Probably has a sprained ankle or something.
Or probably like a bullet grazed or something.
I think this is the last image that came out. Fire in the background, building.
They all look like QR codes, man.
They all do kind of look like QR codes. But that's what Arabic.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not familiar with Arabic, so if anybody is, does that what it looks like to you guys?
Maybe.
This dude's bleeding from his head pretty good. No patches also.
Yeah. The helmet's sitting on him low, right?
Yeah, like a gangster.
It probably doesn't have that headband inside of it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, look, I didn't even notice this guy's on the ground over here. He's doing something to somebody.
Is that a helmet that he has on? Or?
Hey, look. I don't know. I thought it was a helmet, but now that you question it, it maybe isn't.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. It has to be a helmet, right? Because it looks like he's wearing a bag and a backpack. Looks like he's hovering over somebody.
Yeah, probably a medic or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe even just a buddy trying to get him out.
That could be. It's crazy, man. Crazy movie. Crazy movie. So, I mean, that's the last image. I'm looking forward to another trailer. Do you think they'll bring out another one before the spring? I think so. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Remember back in I don't know if they still do it, but they used to like put out a trailer of a movie, like they had like it's a rated R movie, and then they would have the red band trailer that showed all the scenes, like the bloody scenes. Those were pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that still.
I don't think so, man. I don't think they do that anymore. But they should.
Imagine like after this movie, another movie comes out, like the aftermath of this whole ordeal. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be crazy, man. I mean, the crazy thing too is like, how close are we, as a nation to something like this, to civil war? I think it would be difficult to get groups like this large, to come together. But I think the first step would probably be succeeding from the United States, right? You secede and then you can create your own army without persecution or treason or things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because you're no longer a part of the United States. So you're not going to be put to death for creating your own militia or your own army at that point, because you're not part of the United States. It sounds like, to me, California and Texas were the only ones that were allowed to succeed, and that the other ones maybe perhaps weren't. What do you think? Because those two were the only ones that were the republics.
Yeah, that's what I got from it too. Those are only two, like them two against everyone. Well, not everyone, but the ones that are for government.
Yeah. Thank you, TF. We appreciate that. We appreciate everything you do.
Thank you.
So, I'm just, kind of thinking out loud, thinking about this and the plot and why, certain things would happen. That's interesting. And I think that the fact that they put, Texas and California as together, I think it's just, I don't know what the plot is behind it or how they make that work, but I think that's going to bring a lot of interesting people. Like, how is that going to work? How are you going to make these two people come together, or these two groups, or these two states come together, and be a part of each other, or whatever? You know what I mean? Be aligned together when right now they're probably the furthest away from each other. You know, as far as politics goes, government in those different states, political views, things of that nature.
In and out and Whataburger, you know how it is.
Well, we already know Whataburger's better. I mean, it's just
this is going to start. This is going to start the debate, and this is going to end. It was not going to end well.
This is the Civil War. This is where the Civil War starts on the Drunk Turkey Show with Whataburger versus In-N-Out. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna change y'all's lives. If y'all ever go to get Whataburger, order number 5. Number 5 is a bacon cheeseburger. The way I order it is, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but the buns are toasted on the inside of the Whataburger, right? I'm not sure if you were aware of that. They put them in, and it puts some butter on it, and it toasts one side of the bun. I want to say it's the inside of the bun. Now, you can request for both sides of the bun to be toasted. So what they'll do is they'll turn it around and put it back through there. If you get it like that with both sides of the buns toasted, I like to sub mayo versus mustard. Change your life, man. Number 5, buns toasted on both sides, no onion, mayo instead of mustard. You'll never get another hamburger.
I never tasted like that, man. I'm gonna try it out now.
Dude, you have to. I had a buddy of mine, so they opened up a water. What's that?
So part of that tonight, though. I think they're closed.
But soon, right? One of my buddies, he lived out in Arizona, and when he came out here to Texas for a while for work, he that's when he discovered Whataburger. And right around, I want to say like maybe a month or two before or a couple of weeks before he left out of town, he had told me that he was going to Whataburger, and I was like, "Oh man, I didn't know you like Whataburger. I'm gonna change your life, dude. Order number 5, toast the buns on both sides, get mayo instead of mustard, and take off the onions." He was like, "Dude, I've eaten 4 of these like before he left, and I want to say he was there like only a week left, right? So 4 out of 7 days he went to Whataburger and ordered a number 5 like that, and then when he went back to Arizona, he said that they ended up opening one somewhere near. I'm not sure if he was still in Arizona, but he ended up moving somewhere where they opened up one, a Whataburger out there. And he was like, "Dude, I tell everybody that's the way you have to order it." And I'm like, "Damn straight, man. Don't taste any better than that. Unless you get the A1 thick and hearty." That burger was the bomb.com. Also, buns toasted on both sides.
I ate one of those a while back, man. Do these still? They don't even sell it anymore, do they?
Nah, they don't, man.
I remember it was a couple of years back.
Dude, it's when I worked there, so it was like
a lot of years back.
Almost 25.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, geez, man. Good time.
But I ate an In-N-Out too. I ate an In-N-Out in Carl's. Was it Carl's Jr.?
Yeah.
They're all pretty good, man. They're all pretty good. I'm not really. I think for me, I mean, obviously, I think I'm gonna pick Whataburger. You know what I mean?
Because dude, I had
like it's so accessible for me.
Oh yeah, dude, it's right there. But Arby's, man, they sell the good burger. I tried one the other day. I ain't gonna lie, man, it was pretty good. Yeah, I was surprised.
It comes with a strawberry shake, right?
Yeah, but they ran out, and I had to get a freaking strawberry lemonade.
Yeah, whatever, close enough.
Yeah, I was like, "Does it come with orange soda?" Because that's what I.
Right. Yeah, my son loves that movie, man. So like when we went, we bought that. He loved it.
Dude, it's good, dude. I was pleasantly surprised. I might go get myself one tomorrow. You know, all these people need to hook us up with some sponsorship. Give us like a lifetime supply of Whataburger and Arby's, and call it a day, man. I'd be happy with that.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right. Well, you got any last things before we call it a show? We're about an hour and a half into it. A bit about
Dude,
an hour longer than I thought.
I'm super excited to see the movie. I think there's gonna be a lot more, just like the Idaho case that we don't know about this movie. You know what I mean? And about that case. It's gonna be crazy. I hope these freaking. I hope it's not like I said earlier. That they give out the best parts of the trailer, and then you see the movie, and it's not as action packed because you already have seen most of it. I hope that's not the case here, but it sure seems like it's gonna be a lot more than we're not. Like a lot more action we don't know about.
And so, what are you going to do about halfway through the movie? The president gets kidnapped, and then that scene is him getting kidnapped, or being freed. What's going to be the first thing that goes through your mind?
That you were right. I was wrong, but then again, I don't care if I was wrong. I'm usually wrong most of the time anyway. So,
see, for me, my answer would have been if you would have predicted something like that, I've been like, that son of a gun. Well, we'll see, man. April 2024, we'll be able to go check that out. I'm intrigued by it, man. I'm looking forward to it. I want to thank everybody that's come through, went down this trailer with us. We took a 2.5-minute trailer and extended it to a 1.5 long show.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
Some Whataburger and now conversation too.
Oh, you know it. Well, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Stay tuned tomorrow because I'm going to be dropping the we broke down the Easter eggs and the spoilers to the Leave the World Behind, and I have just finished editing up that video. I put it out there on the audio side only, so if you're interested in just kind of putting this on a podcast or whatnot, go check us out on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you can find your podcast. We're there. Give us a 5-star review. We'd appreciate it. But with that, I'm going to put that video up, and it's just going to be the conversation that we had focused solely on the movie itself. It ended up, I think it was like a 2-hour, 10-minute live that me and Blue had, and ended up cutting it down to about 1 hour and 7 minutes. So it's just all that, all the theories. You don't want to miss it. We're going to be dropping that tomorrow. But with that being said, we'll be back live on Wednesday night. You don't want to miss it. So hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell if you're not done so already. And if you're still here and haven't liked, what are you doing, man? Hit that like button. All right, peace.
Later. Hey, you gonna play Fortnite?
I'm